Kelly, middle school language arts teacher, author of the YA series The Elementals and the YA trilogy The Lucia Chronicles. This is a YA book review of Queen of Hearts by Colleen Oakes, and it is a retelling of Alice in Wonderland, but it's vastly different than Alice in Wonderland. So we are following Dinah in this story, and Dinah is a princess and her father is the King of Hearts. Her mother passed away, and frankly her father is a real jerk. I'm going to try and keep this as spoiler free as I can, therefore it might be a little on the short side. I gave this book 4 stars. Basically the premise is that Dinah gets a cryptic message during a feast, and the feast tells her to visit a prisoner in the Black Towers, which the Black Towers kind of made me think of Azkaban a little bit. I mean, they're not described in the same way, but kind of, you know, really insane criminals being kept there. But part of the Black Towers is that they contribute to the prisoner's insanity. And so she's drawn there, and the woman gives her very cryptic messages, and she really can't decipher what they mean. On top of this, her coronation's coming up, and recently her father revealed an out-of-wedlock child that is going to be the Duchess. And whereas Dinah is kind of thick and dark-haired, and she's not really calculating, but she's very smart. I don't know how to say the name, Vitor or Vitois, depending on how you want to say it. I'm not really sure. I'm sure there's a correct pronunciation, but I don't know what it is. She's kind of like light and airy, and it made me think of the recent Alice in Wonderland that Disney put out with Anne Hathaway, and which is funny because I never paid attention to the pronunciation if it's the same name as to how it's pronounced. In fact, I don't even know if it's necessarily the same because, as you know, in the original Alice in Wonderland, Dinah, I believe, is the cat's name. So anyway, so basically something is amiss and is brewing, and this story is about Dinah's relationship with her father, and kind of she's sort of falling in love with her best friend Wardley, who is this like out of wedlock child that just shows up, you know, out of the blue, and like what is her father plotting. And so elements of this made me think of, I already mentioned Prisoner of Azkaban. There are these horses. The one horse is named Mort, which means death, and it made me think of the Scorpio races, the horses in the Scorpio races a little bit. So, you know, there's also the Alice in Wonderland actual, like, vibe going on, but everything is completely reimagined. And so I feel like Colleen Oakes can kind of do, like, whatever the heck she wants with this trilogy. I think it's supposed to be a trilogy. And I'm kind of hoping that Dinah doesn't end up like the actual Queen of Hearts in the traditional tale. I'm kind of hoping that she ends up as a good guy. So far, she stays true to that, but the ending is kind of in a cliffhanger, and Blood of Wonderland comes out tomorrow. So I'm recording this on January 30th, and so I'm anxious to start. I didn't read, there's an excerpt at the end of this book, and I chose not to read it. I mean, I kind of skimmed through it just to see where it was going to start, but I didn't actually like read it. So yeah, I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars because I really like the idea of this interpretation of Alice in Wonderland, and I'm kind of channeling my inner Doctor Who here, and that I hope just this once, I want to say everyone lives, because I know some people already haven't survived, but I really hope the love interest survives just this once. After reading Heartless, you know, my heart was kind of ripped out of me. So I'm hoping that the love interest at the very least survives in this. I hope Dinah survives, you know, because who knows with her father in charge what's going to happen, and I kind of hope she overthrows the king. So that is my very cryptic review of Queen of Hearts, and you should check it out if you're a fan of Alice in Wonderland, or if you're just a fan of kind of dark magical books. So that's what I have for you today. In the meanwhile, happy reading and happy writing.